All right, guys, I am so mad at AMD right now. I am literally to this close to selling all my AMD stuff and just sticking with NVIDIA because this is unfreaking called for. Literally unreasonable that they cannot, for the life of me. I don't understand why they always take this opportunity to do. I don't know why they always do this. I don't know why they take this opportunity to not do what us YouTubers tell them to do. Okay? We've told them repeatedly, FSR 4 needs to come to RDNA 3. FSR Redstone needs to come to RDNA 3. And they refuse to listen to us. They outright bring it out, and it only supports 9000 series GPUs. Yep, only supports RDNA 4. I can't explain how mad I am right now. The AMD refuses to just do something right. Why can't they just do something right for a change and not do this to us poor freaking YouTubers? Because we know everything. They should just listen to us. We are the community. We are the ones that we're like the gatekeepers of people buying their brand, and they don't even listen to us. If it wasn't for us, more people would buy AMD. I promise you that. I promise you that. Oh, wait. Okay, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today that's half of the shit that I heard on the videos today, because like you, I have to wait till launch day to actually get access to the drivers so that I could check them out. I guess I could have requested them early, but I didn't. I was unclear if it was coming out today, so I didn't even ask. I didn't even reach out because, you know, it is what it is. So let's talk about what FSR 4 Redstone, or FSR Redstone is what is going to, yeah, FSR upscaling. That's what it's going to be called now. It's no longer FSR 4. It is just FSR upscaling. So part of Redstone, which is a bunch of other features that we're going to be getting, neural cache, or what is it, radiance caching, or cache something. I don't. You know what? Let's just look up what RDNA freaking 4. Bear with me, my friends. Bear with me, my friends. So it looks like it's gonna be. Where is it at? So we got FSR 4 Redstone. Oh, I was in a different page. I was looking at the ones that actually support, like the ML support, you know, and I was playing a bunch of these, like Arc Raiders and, you know, yeah, just a bunch of these. There's actually more that are actually supported. Like I was just playing Avatar and that's supported. But there's the things that come with FSR now, which is FSR Redstone. Let's see if I can just get this back over here to the thing where it is. Where is it? Okay, so FSR Redstone. So it's got not spatial upscaling. So it's got temporal upscaling, ML-based upscaling, native AA mode, frame generation, ML-based frame generation, ML-based ray regeneration, and then I think it was the what's the other one? Temporal upscaling. I thought there was another thing. The thing that's supposed to be. Oh, radiance caching. Radiance caching. That's supposed to make it so like the rays don't have to travel as far, and they can, you know, start to kind of guess, you know, or whatever, predict them or whatever, which is cool, So guys, is what happened is they actually launched this. You can use this with a bunch of different games. If we go into the, where was it? The ray regeneration, no, not ray regeneration, the frame generation one. I think what did I do? I freaking clicked on one of these or something. Is what I did was I clicked on one of these and it brought up like all the games that you can actually use for it. Complete list. Okay, so if we come down here, it says the AMD frame generation one. So it looks like there's about 30 of them, but there is more. And it is kind of like you go into the driver and then you have to select them manually. And so what I was doing is I was just going through my games and I was turning it on because I saw the option. I was like, "Ooh, turn it on." And it's like, yeah. And so I just kept on turning on a whole bunch of them. If I get into my little thingy right here and kind of show you guys, I'm sitting in here and I'm going to gaming And I'm just looking at all the games and I'm like, oh, let's see. So I go into Assassin's Creed Mirage and I'm like, ooh, I could turn it on. And so I flip it on and then I go back out and I'm like, because I do this every time. I do this every time. And then I go into Avatar and I flip that on, and Assassin's Creed Shadows and I flip that on. You know, Hell is Us. Hell is Us is actually supported. So you can go ahead and enable that and then get the new freaking machine learning upscale or whatchamacallit, frame generation with that, you know. So there is a bunch of games in here that do support it. You got like Titan Quest 2. Do I have Titan Quest 2 still downloaded? I don't think I do. But so a lot of these games, like you can go in here, you can turn it on. Project MOZA Racing is supported. It does have, you know, on the actual list right here, it does say Project MOZA Racing, Grand Theft Auto, Chronos: The New Dawn, so you could turn that on. Cyberpunk, Hogwarts Legacy, Exfil, Keeper, SpongeBob, Wuthering Waves, Wreckfest 2, Winter Survival, the Talos Principle Reawakened, The Last Caretaker, The Final Squad, Mafia, Marvels, No Room in Hell. Yeah, just, you know, God of War Ragnarok looks like it's going to support it, but, you know, that's the only one out of the PlayStation games that it looks like it's supporting. Obviously, Arc Raiders, Black Myth Wukong, and Call of Duty. You know, so basically is what happens is I'm sitting here. Actually, you know what? Let's jump into this game real quick, and we're going to record it at 940 frames a second so I can show you when it's unstable. Like who the hell does that shit, bro? It's frame generation. We know it's unstable. We know there's like little things that are not going to be perfect. What the hell is wrong with these guys out there? So I jumped in to a bunch of these games. Like I was actually just playing it, and it's I'm not going to say it's better or worse than the frame generation techniques we already have. Like it's good. Like it's not freaking out my tolerance for frame generation. It's still well within my tolerance for, okay, I could play this. It's fine. I'm immersed. You know, and that's how I look at it, guys. I get into a game, and if I can play it, if I can get immersed in the game, cool. It's a bonus. Now, obviously, you know, if I'm trying the game without it, and then I turn it on and the experience is better, or it enhances my experience above and beyond what I'm actually getting natively, which, let's be real, if you're trying to play 4K on a 9070 XT, most of the time you're going to be using some form of either upscaling or frame generation or a combination of both at the same time. And so that's good. Like if it enhances your experience, if you're still getting good image quality, if you're still able to use that and to play your games. Look, I think a lot of my colleagues take it way too far. I do. I think they take it way too far. They run away with all these like little weird freaking like, hey, I mean, oh gosh. It wasn't even like, that's why I started this video like that. Because that's pretty much what everybody's saying. They're like, oh my gosh, AMD's missing another opportunity. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing that shit. Look, guys, let's be real about the RDNA 3 thing for a minute. AMD has never, not one time, ever stated that it is coming to older GPUs. They said it will always be from RDNA forward. They have never, ever once have I heard any of them say that it would be. They said they're trying to work on it. That is the only quote that they've ever said, that like, look, we're looking into it. We're trying to see if we can make it work. And here's what I think happened. And this is why I'm going to stop banging on about it coming to RDNA 3 and behind. And I get it. I get it. You can either look at it the way I do, or you can have your own mind. That's fine. That's fine. I'm an influencer. It's my job to try to influence you in one way or another. But this is the way I need to look at it. And first of all, let me explain and make this very clear. I am a generational upgrader. That means I upgrade every single generation without fail. So I will be upgrading this next generation and the generation after that and the one after that. I do not stick with hardware longer than the generation. That's because I'm a content creator. I need to upgrade so that I may stay relevant. But now with that in mind, the way I look at things might not be the way you look at things, because you invested your hard-earned money into RDNA 3. But this is what I think is going on. I haven't been able to get any kind of clarification or anything because they're tight-lipped about it. They're not talking about it. Because if they do talk about it, then you get people like Moore's Law is Dead out there freaking blabbing their mouth off all over the place. This is what I think is going on. I think the AMD was like, look, we know the 8 thing is going to work. Okay. We could put out the source code. We could let people mod it in through OptiScaler or whatever way they want to use it. And then we wash our hands with it. We give them everything we have and we let them just have it. And if they want to mod it and bring it in and make it work on older cards, cool, no problem. I think they did that because they honestly do not want to support it officially. And I think the reason for that, to be completely honest with you, is as FSR Redstone continues to mature and get better, it separates the things a lot further and further and further and further. You know, it's like it's getting better. You know, obviously some of the RDNA 3 stuff is going to keep being, you know, built or whatever. But as it continues to grow, then they got to try to bring like RDNA 2 and RDNA 3 along as it starts to grow, and then RDNA 5 gets newer, better features that barely the RDNA 4 can't really do that well. And you see, like, it just starts to create a massive problem and a headache for AMD that they're just probably not equipped to deal with at this point. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. So I honestly do think that they honestly leaked that code purposely so that people could bring it in, knowing full well that they were going to get the backlash for it. And okay, look, AMD never promised us that it was coming to the 7000 series GPUs. I think they honestly could do more, should do more. But at the point, but at a point of like slowing down progression for full-on machine learning, you know, that only like the 9070 XT or the 9000 series can do, RDNA 4 can do with FPA. It is what it is, man. Honestly, the other one works and it works pretty good. They've got it out there in OptiScaler. I kind of do wish they would just bring it out, but I don't think they're good. I don't know. And I'm not gonna hold them to it. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna hold them to it because they never said it was coming, and they don't have to honor my promises to you. So I'm not going to keep banging on about them bringing it. I have asked them. I told them, let's just be real. Like, I've made it perfectly clear that like not bringing out a 9080 XT or a 9090 XTX was a massive mistake this generation. Not freaking bringing FSR 4 to older cards was a massive mistake this generation. I've made it known, and they've said it's noted, and it is what it is, man. Like, they're willing to, yeah, dude, I don't know what else to say. Like, I've made it perfectly clear, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other YouTubers did too, but they never said it was coming. Never said it was coming. So yeah, dude, I'm not going to sit and be mean to them, you know. And I know all of you guys that have been here for a while, you're going to be like, well, you let NVIDIA have it. You're right, I did. I was a lot more immature when I started this channel, especially coming to PC. Had these wild expectations, and I've since learned a lot and grown since those days. And you're right, I was pretty belligerent when it came to NVIDIA over not bringing frame generation to the 30 series generation. And had I known then what I know now, I would have just been like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. I'm a generational upgrader. It's water under the bridge. It was something that I wasn't going to worry about after that generation anyway, so no reason to bang on about it. Look, guys, I understand that I'm a content creator, and I pretty much essentially have to upgrade every generation to stay relevant. And I know that's not always the case for everybody. Like, I get that. Only buy products based on what they are when you get them. Stay in here now. Stay in here now. Look, for everybody that's going to come at me and be like, well, Frog, I got a 7900 XTX and this thing is, now it's just absolute trash. Is it though? My opinion, if it was me and I had a 7900 XTX still, I would go out and buy one of them really fancy 1440p OLED monitors, and I'd hook it up to that. And then I would ride out the decade if that was me and I wasn't a content creator and that was all I had. 7900 XTX, 24 gigs of VRAM, 384-bit bus. You could rock that shit, dude, for a long time. You could rock that for a long time at 1440p. No issues, not even having to use upscaling. Come on, man, come on. Think smarter. Don't keep getting mad or letting this stuff. Look, if you can, the longer you can make your 7000 series last, the better for you. The better for you. I mean, you got another year now. You got one more year until RDNA 5 comes out. If you would have bought a 9070 XT at the beginning of this generation, you would have gotten significantly more freaking value out of that. Now you're cutting your value in half, directly in half. Now you're only going to get half the value you would have got if you would have bought it at launch. I mean, it is significantly cheaper than it was at launch. Well, not significantly, but it is cheaper than it was at launch. So now you're actually, you know, I don't know. I mean, I would still, me personally, I would still not roll the dice. Knowing what I know right now about the 9070 XT, I would absolutely still buy one. I would absolutely, even with it being a year. But chances are RDNA 5 is going to be even better. Like right now, like this whole generation has just been like a testing for AMD. That's why they came out. They brought their GPUs out. You know, look, next generation is going to be a better generation. It just is. It always is. So you'll have to decide now, you know, if this is something that you want to do, if you could just make your RDNA 3 or RDNA 2 card last a little longer. Right now, the prices for RDNA 4 is actually fairly reasonable, to the point where it's like, I would recommend most people freaking upgrade. I just do. Like it's a great architecture and it will last a long time. It is fairly future-proof too. I know, I mean, we said that about everything. But look, AMD, man, it's one of those things where it's like some generations you're gonna get this amazing card. It's gonna last a long time. Most people with the 6000 series cards are just finally starting to get to a point where they're like, ooh, I might need something more. 7000 series guys should be okay a little while longer. I mean, dude, I don't even know, man. I've only been PC gaming for like 4 years and I already upgrade every generation, and I've only been through 3 generations now. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. You know that, right? I upgrade every generation, and I've probably spent more money on GPUs than most people are ever going to in their whole life. To be real. And so, yeah, FSR 4 or Redstone, it's cool. I'm not going to say it's better or worse. I think it's about, I don't know, man. I'm not really seeing a massive difference in terms of like image quality or anything like that while using frame generation. In some instances, it does feel a little smoother. In some instances, it does kind of, you know, like in Arc Raiders, it felt great. Avatar was feeling pretty good. What else did I play today? I played some, it was running good in, let's see, Cyberpunk. It was running pretty good in Cyberpunk. And then, what else? Project MOZA Racing, but Project MOZA Racing still has that wicked Johnny Cage effect, man. So I was like, damn, but it felt smooth. It felt great. But yeah, it's got that like Johnny Cage ghosting thing going on when you turn on freaking upscaling and frame generation. So I don't know what the heck is going on with that. So I'll be testing some more games. I'll get you guys some actual footage, but I wanted to give you guys my honest opinion about this and just let you guys know that, like, look, you know, it is kind of polarizing that it's not coming to RDNA 3, but look, man, they never promised it, and I can't make them do anything. So it's your choice if you want to support AMD going forward. I know that I am. I know that I'm still there. So if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.